Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we are doing the showcase to the independents, yesterday was day 8. I wasn't able to get the videos up yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and do 8 and 9 today, separate videos, but they'll both be up today. So, as we go through the showcase to the independents, the next on the list is going to be North Wrestling out of Newcastle upon Tyne Wear, England, UK. It was founded in 2016 by Andrew Bowers. The current North champion is Leon Slater. He has held the title 178 days. The current North tag team champions are Lycos Jim, Kid Lycos, and Kid Lycos 2. Huge in the UK if you've never heard of them. 234 days is their current reign. And then the North Ultraviolent champion is Clint Margera. He's held the title 276 days. In 2023, North Wrestling had 7 shows, all on Thriller TV, or Thriller Plus. 56 matches, 37 men's, 10 women's, and 9 intergender. So we're going to run down the 23 best matches of 2023 for North Wrestling. Alright, number 23 on the list comes from North Wrestling NCL 40, the World at Large on November 4th, the North Ultraviolent Championship on the line. Champion Clint Margera versus the Ratty Daddy Cole Radrick. Clint Margera retained his title in a 3 1/4 star match. Number 22 and number 21 both come from North Wrestling NCL 39. North versus WXW on September 17th. First match was an intergender match. We had Gene Money versus Rio. And Rio getting the victory there over Gene Money. 3 1/4 star match. And then number 21 from the same show there, NCL 39, North versus WXW. We had Axel Tischer versus Rampage Brown. For those of you who don't know, Axel Tischer was the former part of Sanity. He was, what was his name in Sanity? He was the former Alexander Wolf, the big guy in Sanity. Alright, next on the list, Alex Teschner versus Rampage Brown. Rampage Brown getting the victory there. I gave that 3 1/4. Number 20 on the list comes from NCL 38, Thunderstruck on July 30th. The North Wrestling World Tag Team titles on the line. Champion Lycos Jim, Kid Lycos 2 versus Michael Oku and Robbie X versus Sunshine Machine, Chuck Mambo, and T.K. Cooper. Nice little triple threat match here where Lycos Jim retained their titles. I gave that 3 1/4. Next up, number 19 comes from NCL 38, Thunderstruck. We had Rampage Brown versus Amir Jordan. Rampage Brown getting the victory. I gave that 3 1/4 as well. Number 18 comes from NCL 36. Let the Cannons Fly 4 on May 20th. Matter of fact, the next 3 matches come from that show. North Wrestling Championship on the line. Champion Liam Slater versus Jet Martel. Liam Slater getting the victory. I gave it 3 1/4. Number 17, the North Wrestling Ultraviolent Championship. Champion Clint Margera versus Gary J. Clint Margera getting the victory. I gave that 3 1/4. And then number 16, the tag titles on the line. Champions Boisterous Behavior, Leon Slater, Man Like DeReese versus Lycos Jim, Kid Lycos 2, and Crash Boat, Jack Bannicourt and Jake Silver. And this is where the Lycos Jim won the tag titles there on May 20th. 3 1/4 star match. And number 15 comes from NCL 35, the NCL Cup on April 8th. It was the NCL Cup first round matchup, Rio versus Kid Lycos 2, and Rio getting the victory. 3 1/4 star match. Number 14 comes from NCL 34. All roads lead north. Letton Buzzard versus Jet Martel. Say that 10 times fast. Jet Martel getting the victory there. I give it 3 1/4. And number 13 on the list comes from NCL 40, the World at Large, November 4th. We had Joe Hendry versus Michael Oku. Michael Oku getting the victory there. I give that a 3.5. Number 12 on the list comes from NCL 39, North versus WXW. WXW Shotgun Championship on the line. Champion Lawrence Roman versus Jet Martel. Lawrence Roman getting the victory. I give that 3.5. Number 11 comes from North Wrestling NCL 38, Thunderstruck. In the 6-way match, we had H.T. Drake versus Gene Money versus Jack Betancourt versus Man Like DeReese versus Will Cross versus Jet Martel. And Man Like DeReese, I say 0-1, you say 2-1. Got the victory there. I give it a 3.5. Number 9 on the list comes from NCL 37, Thunder Road. We had an intergender match. We had Rio versus Luke Jacobs. Rio getting the victory there. I gave that 3.5. Number 8 comes from NCL 34, All Roads Lead North, February 11th. The North Championship on the line. Champion Liam Slater, versus Gabriel Kidd. Liam Slater getting the victory. I gave that 3.5. Number 7. North Wrestling NCL 39 North versus WXW. We had Crashboat Jack Betancourt and Jake Silver versus the French Doors. Kind of a playoff of the Luchadors. Eagle Black and Sanjay Valto. Crashboat Jack Betancourt and Jake Silver got the victory. I gave that 3 3/4. Number 6 comes from North Wrestling NCL 38, Thunderstruck. The North Championship on the line. Liam Slater versus Leon Slater. Slater versus Slater, and Liam Slater retaining his title. 3 3/4 star match. Number 5, we had NCL 36, Let the Cannons Fly for an 8-way scramble match. Saxton Huxley versus Gene Money versus Amir Jordan versus Ace Matthews versus Jack Betancourt versus Man Like DeReese versus Will Cross versus, who else was in that one? Versus the Leon Slater was the last one there. Leon Slater getting the victory there. Number 4 on the list comes from NCL 35, the NCL Cup. We had the North Wrestling World Tag Titles on the line. We had champion Boisterous Behavior, Leon Slater, and Man Like DeReese versus the Ricky Knight Jr. and Zach Zodiac. And the Boisterous Behaviors retain their titles. 3 3/4 star match. Number 3 on the list comes from the show before that one, NCL 34, All Roads Lead North. For the North Wrestling World Tag Titles, we had champions The Boisterous Behavior, Leon Slater, Man Like DeReese, going up against Michael Oku and Robbie X. And Boisterous Behavior once again retained their titles, 3 3/4 star. Next, number 2 on the list comes from NCL 40, A World at Large. Number 1 comes from NCL 39, North versus WXW. So you can put, both of these have the same star rating. So 1 versus 2 or 2 versus 1. I've done 2, I wrote this out twice, and honestly, I've back and forth on both of them. So right now, the way I have it listed, I have the NCL 40 listed 2, NCL 39 listed 1. You can flip them either way. But both of them were for the North Championship. Champion Leon Slater. One of them was versus Kid Lycos 2. The other one was versus Peter Timhanel. Both were 4-star. You can split hairs and figure out which one's better than the other one, but they were both 4-star. So Leon Slater versus Kid Lycos 2, and then Leon Slater versus Peter Timhanel. Both 4 stars, both best matches of the year for North Wrestling out of the UK. On the 9th day, we're going to also stay in the UK. We're going to do the Best of Progress Wrestling. Definitely one of my favorite companies over there. So stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. And don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.